Welcome to Bluebook Basics. My name is Jessica Almeida, and I'm a librarian at the UMass Law Library. In today's video, we will be looking at the citation format for books and book chapters. Let's begin with books. You will find all the information that you need to cite to a book in Rule 15 of the 22nd edition of the Blue Book. Let's take a look at the general format. You have the author's full name, comma, the title of the book, and then in parentheses, the date of publication and a period at the end. Now notice that the author's full name and the title of the book are in small caps. For your reference, I've added the shortcuts for both PC and Mac to small caps above. Let's take a look at this example. So for this book, if I was citing to it, it would be Deborah L. Road, she's the author, comma, the title. Both of those are in small caps. The number 27 is my pin cite. So I'm telling the reader I'm citing specifically to the information on page 27. And then I have the date of publication in parentheses. I end my citation with a period. Here's how it would look as I cite it in my footnotes. And then if I needed to continue to cite to it in the next sentence or in the next few sentences, I would use an id. So here you see at footnote 2, I have id at 34. So what I'm telling the reader is look at the citation above, but my pin cite is 34. I'm citing specifically to the information on page 34. And remember, always have a period at the end of your footnote. You can see I did the same thing in footnote 3. I'm saying look above. I'm once again citing the Access to Justice book, but I want you to look at the information on page 37 because that's where I'm citing. Later on, I have to cite Road again. So what I do is a supranote because I can't do an id because it's not above. So I put the author's name, Road, small caps. You always use the same format that you have for the initial, the full citation. Supra, which is italicized, note 1. So what I'm telling the reader is I want you to go back to footnote 1 for the full cite, comma, and then at 33, period. 33 is my pin cite. Let's take a look at book chapters now. All the information for book chapters you can find in Rule 15.5 of the 22nd edition of the Blue Book. Here we have an example of a book, and I'm going to cite to a specific chapter in this book. Let's look at the general format. So you would have the author of the chapter, the title of the chapter, italicized, comma, the word in is italicized, then the title of the book in small caps, the page number where the chapter begins, and then in parentheses, you're going to have the editor's names or names. There might be more than one editor, ed or eds period, comma, the year of publication, end the parentheses, and then have a period. Let's take a look at how we would use this format for our example. So here we have the author of the book chapter. We have the chapter title, italicized, comma, in is italicized. Now we have the title of the book, and that is in small caps. Up top, I've left the shortcuts for small caps. The first page of the chapter, it's 212 in this instance, and then my pin cite, so I do 212 is the first page of the chapter, comma, but I am specifically referencing page 214. Here in parentheses, I have both of the editor's names, and then eds period, comma, the year of publication, end parentheses, and a period. Let's take a look at what this would look like in the footnotes. So here I have footnote 4. I have my full citation. In footnote 5, I'm citing again to the same chapter, just a different page. So I put id at and then the page number. And then later on in my paper, I need to cite this chapter again. So you'll see in footnote 9, I have the author's last name, comma, supra, which is italicized, note, and then the number of the note. So here it is, footnote 4, comma, at 217 is my pin site, and then a period. A little note about supernotes. I suggest that you do them at the end. So for instance, you're writing your paper, you can go ahead and put full cites, or maybe you're just, as you're writing, you're putting in the author's name or the title, and then you're going to go back to really flush out those footnotes. Make sure you put your pin cites too, just so you don't have to do a lot of extra work on the back end. But really what I suggest is once all of your text is complete, it's finalized, it's finished, and you go into your footnotes and you start polishing them, that's when you do your super notes. Don't try to do your super notes as you're writing your paper, because then they'll just get very confused because your footnotes will change as you edit your text. If you have any questions on citing using the Bluebook for academic writing, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can make an appointment and I'm happy to go over the footnotes in your specific paper, or you can email the law librarians at lawlib@umassd.edu. Happy Bluebooking and have a great day.